Okay.
Okay, so let us start with the styling of lists. CSS list here. Okay, so by default, what is the style that we are getting with the CSS means the numbering with the with the ordered list, bullets with unordered list. So this is the additional thing what we are getting with the tag, with the OL tag and with UL tag. Okay, if you do want to remove those bullets or numbers, we can just use the list style type as none. Already we did this, list style type as none. See that. So these are the different types here. A circle type, the first one, square, upper Roman and lower Roman. Okay, let me change the bottom, the lower Roman as none. So did you see that there is no bullets now? Numbering is not there now. Okay, but still it occupies the space which is which will be grabbed by the numbers. So there are some space allocated for the numbers. That space will be there. So by putting the list type none, it doesn't mean that the list will be adjusted to the left. Whatever the padding space or margin space occupied by that numbers, that will be still there. If you want to remove that margin or padding, just use a padding as 0. Okay, so when you use a padding 0, then only it will come to the complete left. Okay, so actually so many people are getting troubles with the whenever they put the list type as none, they don't know how to adjust the padding, like most of the beginners. So let me remove the padding 0 again. I'll show you the space. Just inspect this. Yeah, now go through the box model. This is margin, default margin. Here is a border. See the padding. Did you see? Exclusively that is a padding left space. Okay. So if you want to make that list item to be in the normal state, that is starts from 0, either again is padding 0 or exclusively padding hyphen left as 0. Padding left as 0. Okay, now see, there is no padding. Margin is everything. No, nothing is there. Okay, there is no margin, no border and no padding now. Oh, okay, just a second. Margin will be there for sure. Yeah, so margin is there, default margin would be there. So no border and no padding, just a content. Okay. So what's the property we can use here? List style type. Next, if you'd like to put an image instead of bullets or numbers, you can also use some URL function here, like how we use the URL function for the background. In the same way, you can use the URL function with a property called list style image, but not type. So what's the difference between above and the now? The current one is, that is list type, list style type. This is image. Okay, and you must have to use some URL function, so that you have to make small icons, very small images, like 10 by 10 or 8 by 8 images. Okay, to make the images as bullets. And the position, this is very rarely used, so this is like a position. Did you see? This is inside position, this is outside position, that's it. So that will be inside to the padding position, padding, and this is outside to the padding. That's the only difference. Okay, list style type 9 already over. So did you see that the padding 0 and margin 0? If you give the margin 0, the top margin and the bottom margin will be removed from the space. And here is the shorthand way of writing everything here. List style, first one is the type, next one is the position, and then image. Okay, all three can be applied in a single property here. Okay, and what are the additional things that we can do for the lists? We can apply background, padding, everything. You can apply the border, okay, margins, everything will be possible. Exclusive, what is the exclusive property here that we can apply for the list is? Okay, so the only the list style or the exclusive type list style type and list style image and the list style position, these three properties are important here. Okay, and rest of the things are common, already we have seen this. Okay, tables is important. Did you see here, for tables header is a color, and we have even colors, even rows have one color, odd rows have another color. How to do that means by using a pseudo property called even property, even selector, pseudo selector called even selector, and odd selector. Okay, so by default here in the given table here above, we have a border. Already we know how to set the border. For the table they have applied the border for th and for td. Okay, let it be. That's very simple thing. No need to bother about that. If you apply only the border to the table, the border will be like this. If you apply the border to the th and tds, it will be like this. Okay. These are very easy. Yeah, this is important. Did you see there? The text appears at the bottom. The text is very close to the bottom border. It's very close to the bottom border here. Okay. If you would like to align the text to the middle, I mean to the top and to the bottom, if you would like to display the text at the center, I mean not the center but the middle. Middle means between the top and bottom. Then you can use the vertical align property as middle, as bottom, and as top. See there, the content is in the middle now. If you use a top, that would be a top. Okay, and vertical align would be the most wanted property for the tables. Most wanted property here. Okay, padding, you already know that. Okay, you already know the padding, and we have used the text align property as well. In the text properties, we have discussed about the text align also. Yeah, now here comes. So did you see here a strange selector here? Nth child. Nth child in the sense n is going to be any number, It's going to be any number. N is going to be any number. It is going to select the childs from the tr. Okay, it selects all the childs from the tr, nth child. Okay, and exclusively the even. Okay, it is going to choose only the evens. That means simply I can say it is going to select the even rows. And what it is applying to its child? The background color here. Okay. So did you see there? This one is important. Okay. So here the even rows have a different color. What is it? F2, F2, F2. This is a dark color. Would like to change the text color also, you can change. Did you see that? So it is going to choose only the even rows. So where we can use the nth child, and here if we give the 2, it selects only the second row. Second row means the first row is a header row, first name, last name, savings, and second row is Peter, Griffin, and $100. Whereas nth child is a pseudo selector. Okay, so you can use either even or odd or any number, nth number. The n can be any number here. Okay, of all the table elements, if you'd like to choose a particular row, and if you'd like to highlight the particular row, you can just number that. See, now 4 has been highlighted because of we have given 4 here. If I give the odd rows will be selected. If I give the even rows will be selected. So this is also the most important thing for the tables, the nth child and even selector. Okay, it's a pseudo selector, even or odd. Okay, and some browsers will support the even selector directly like this. Okay, Chrome is not supporting. Okay, but when you're working on Chrome, okay, and the child can be this function can be supported by most of the browsers. Every browser will support the and the child. Okay, it takes either number or names like even or odd. Got it? Responsive table. Okay, okay, let me show you a responsive table. Let me zoom in this first. Yeah, did you see here? It is crossing over the border. So a response in the sense, the element should not be scrolled but horizontally. Any element in the responsive should not be scrolled horizontally. It should not have this for responsive. Okay. So this is not a responsive table as it is crossing over the margins. Okay. This is not at all responsive. And how to make it responsive, we'll see in the responsive web designing by setting the width, height, everything with the percentages, including the margins and including the padding. Everything will be given in the percentages. Okay, we'll provide the percentages, and sometimes like 2 pixel, 3 pixel, 5 pixel, you can go with the pixels only, as pixels will not give you the small pixels will not give you the huge changes from screen to screen. Okay, so better to go with the percentage when you're working on huge numbers like 100 pixel, 200 pixel. Don't go with the pixels. So just go with the percentages like 20%, 30%, 40%. That too depends on the screen. Okay, I'll let you know in the responses. And the display property is already over. Max width over, position over, yeah, overflow. Let me take a box. See here, there was a box with a background image, background color with some height and width, border, some property here overflow which is visible. Okay, let it be. By default that is visible. If it is visible, no need to specify that. Okay, so the overflow is visible, right? Cool. And what is the box name here? Div. Where is a div? Here. So this is our div, right? So what is the height of the box? What is the maximum height of the box? 50 pixel. What is the height of the content? Almost it is like 120 pixel, I think so. The overall height of the content is 120 pixel, but the overall height of the box, maximum height of the div box, that is 50 pixel. The content is overflowing the box here, right? If you don't want it to be happen, you can just use the overflow as hidden. Did you see there? Whatever the content is overflowing, that will be hidden now. Okay. These are best suitable when you're working on like um, like if you are showing if your box contains huge text, at a time you cannot show the text like whereas since it is occupying too much space. Okay, if you don't want to display the rest of the content, and where you're providing some read more. Okay, after giving some dot dot dot, you're going to provide some read more, so would be better. So when they click on the read more, they'll be moving to the new page. There you are going to display the entire content. Okay, so those for those requirements, they use the overflow hidden. Or still you would like to display the content, and that should not overflow the border. You can just use auto. Auto means whenever the content overflows the box, by default you'll be getting some scroll. See the scrolling here. The content can be scrolled down, scrolled up. Auto. Okay. Exclusively, if you want to scroll only for the let me take another situation. The width is 200 pixel, right? Just wait. I'll make it in a paragraph. Forget about auto. P tag. Let us provide the width which is more than the div, 300 pixel. See there. The width of the content is 300. The height of the content is more than the div. Both width and height is more than the box size. Okay. Now let us do overflow. Overflow auto here. See there. Both you get the horizontal scroll as well as vertical scroll, right? Okay. If you would like to get only the vertical scroll, only for vertical scroll, you can just work it out on overflow y. Overflow y scroll. What happened? Overflow, yeah. And you can make overflow. Just a second, I'll inspect this. Overflow y scroll here, and the overflow x. Did you see that? The x overflow is hidden and only y overflow is y getting scrolled down. Only vertical scroll. There is no horizontal scroll. If you want to hide any scrolling like a vertical or a horizontal, you can just use the hidden property. Sorry, hidden value. And exclusive properties are overflow x and overflow y here. So y to be scrolled but not x, you can just use like this. Or y to be hidden the y axis, and x axis to be scrolled down. See, now only x axis is getting scrolled, only horizontal, but there is no vertical now. So what are the properties? Overflow, overflow x, overflow y. Okay, whereas the value hidden hides the scroll bar. Scroll value gets a scroll bar. Auto means whenever the content overflows. See, what is the difference between overflow scroll and overflow auto means? Let me show you once again the difference between scroll and auto. So this is working for sure, right? Okay, it's working. But whenever the content is not overflowing, whenever the content overflows, then only how to display the scroll. Otherwise, you should not display the scroll, right? Now see, the content is very less. Still it's overflowing, yeah. See there. The content is actually not overflowing here, but still you're getting some scroll because of due to some width here. Okay, due to some width, you'll be getting that. Yeah. Now there was no width. Still, why should I display these boxes, the space for the scroll? Why should I display this scroll controls? Why can't you hide this? So whenever the content overflow, then only we need to display this navigate. I mean the scrolling controls. Otherwise, we should hide this. So in those cases, we can just use the auto. Did you see? Auto means if the content is not overflowing, the scroll control will be hidden. Whenever the content is overflowing, then only scroll bars will be displayed. Okay, so just like that. Whenever content overflows, then only the scroll bar will come here. Otherwise, no. Okay. So clear about this overflow? Did you understand?
అర్థమైందండి.
Okay. Float is over. Inline block is also over. And you know how to centering the elements, margin auto. Already we did this, okay? At the time of layout, at the beginning we have discussed about the margin zero auto, some width. So margin auto means equally it is going to partition the spaces from the left and right. Okay, now where it is going to be centered, and the width is your wish. From the center it takes 50%, 25% towards the left and 25% towards the right. So overall the element size is going to be 50% of the screen or its parents. Okay, see there are a lot of pseudo classes here. Always pseudo classes will be started with the colon, like hover, nth element, sorry, nth child. See there. So here we have a link here. This is an anchor tag. The anchor tag link to be appeared in this color. Okay. So what is this link means? That is an exclusive pseudo class. Just a second. Yeah. So did you see there how the link appears? When I hover on this, the color changes. That is hover property, hover pseudo. And if I click on this link, now that was visited. The link was visited, right? So whenever it is visited, that should appear in the green color. So that is a visited pseudo class. And active in the sense, when you click on that link, the blue color will appear in a flash. Okay, not even a second, also like a half second I can tell you. When you click on that, blue color will appear on the text. See that? Did you see the blue? So that was active. Okay, so these are the pseudo classes for the links you can apply. And hover is already over. Yeah, first child, last child, these are very important things. See that? Only this paragraph gets a blue color because this paragraph appears in the blue color, whereas it is the first child of its parent. Who is a parent to all these paragraphs? For all these paragraphs, who is a parent? Body. So the first child pseudo property, pseudo class will choose as the paragraph who is the first child of its parent. So to the body, who is the first P element? This one. So this one will be selected and that will appear in the blue color. Whereas if you would like to select the last child also, you can choose last hyphen child. So color purple. Run. Can you see that in purple color or wait? Just wait. I'll change the color. I don't know whether you're getting the right color or not. Okay, you can see it now. Okay, so first child, last child, you can use the pseudo select classes here. So and we have discussed the nth child, first child, last child, over, and link classes. And the first child, last child, actually that will be suitable when you are working on list items. If you would like to select the first list item of all the unordered lists, you can go with that. Let me show you once again. Assume that I have some unordered lists. We have some set of unordered list here. Okay, in all this list, unordered list, of all this unordered list, every first element should be highlighted. Every first list item, item 1, item 1, item 1 should be highlighted. How can I choose it? Can I choose it by value? Is it possible to choose by value like this? Is there a selector like by choosing with value? No. If you use ally, if you might have applied some background color, all the list items will be selected, but not the first one. I would like to select the first list item from every list. I can use first child, sorry, first hyphen child, okay, not underscore. Okay, and even you are working on tables, if you'd like to highlight the first row for in every row, the first in every table, if the first row should be highlighted means you can just use the first child, or to select the last one, last child, or if you'd like to choose the second element, I mean second item, second list item of every list of every unordered list, then just choose nth hyphen child, nth hyphen child of 2. Did you see now? For choosing the middle rows, I mean the middle list item, the center in between, like, but not the first and last. If you'd like to choose in middle anyone, you just go for the nth child. For first and last, you can go with first hyphen child, last hyphen child. Of course, it can be done with the nth hyphen child of 1 also, and nth hyphen child of 3 also. But sometimes the list values can be different, like the number of list items can be different from one list to another list. See there, the first list having 5 items and rest of them having 3, but I would like to choose the last one. I would like to choose the last one. Okay, so how can you give the value 3 here? How can you assure that the list contains only 3 elements? Okay, so that's why better to go with the last child in these cases, last hyphen child. Now 5 will be selected here from the list from the first list, and 3 from the rest of the lists. Okay, clear about this?
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah. Again, you can choose a first letter. Let me show you the first line like this also. From the paragraph, want to choose the first line, you can choose the first line. Okay, first letter, you can just work it out on this. It's very easy. It's not that much difficult. See, what is the meaning of this selector? What is the meaning of this selector? Can you describe the selector?
Paragraph లోని first letter.
Okay, what is intro?
Intro, introduction.
Uh, Here actually, intro is the class name.
Yeah, yeah.
That is exclusive class only for the paragraphs. No other class can use the intro class now. Okay, whereas intro is a known class to the paragraph. So if there is no paragraph means, suppose if there is no paragraph, only have the dot intro means anyone can use the intro. Whoever using the intro class, the first letter will be applied color like this. They'll get the color like this, and also the font size is going to be 200%. Okay. Now only paragraph can use the intro class, no other elements. Only P element can use the intro class. So this is the way how you can make the known classes, exclusive classes. Okay. Unknown classes are nothing but anyone can use unknown classes. But known classes can be used by only the particular elements, but not by any other elements. Okay. So now The meaning of the selector, exact meaning is it chooses all the paragraphs who have the class name as intro. Only to those paragraphs, the first letter color will be like this, font size will be like this. Okay. See there how the T is highlighted here. We have another paragraph also. See there, we have another paragraph also. But the second paragraph is not getting the style. In the this actually T is not getting the style. The second this. Only in the first paragraph the T is highlighted because the second paragraph is not having the class as intro. Let me write a B. B means bold. Okay. In the B tag, I'll be using the class as intro. Okay. See whether the B is getting the style, intro style, not getting, because whereas intro is a specific only to the paragraph. If you remove the P, then the B will also get the bold tag, also get the style. What happened? Dot intro. Just a second. Intro first letter. Oh, sorry. Actually, I have given space here. The space is considered as the first letter. Okay. Just be aware about the spaces. Let me remove the space. Then run. Still not getting. What happened?
మీరు ఇంతకుముందు ఇన్స్పెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు దాంట్లో కంటెంట్ ఎడిటబుల్ ఫాల్స్ అని ఉందండి. అది మేబీ అది తప్పు.
Okay.
కంటెంట్ ఎడిటబుల్ ఫాల్స్.
క్లాస్ ఏమో అప్లై అయింది శేఖర్ ఇక్కడ. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇంట్రో ఇస్ బిన్ అప్లైడ్.
సరే చూసుకుంటే మనకు బాడీ కంటెంట్ మేబీ అదేమన్నా కంటెంట్ ఎడిటబుల్ అదే క్లాస్ లాగా ఇచ్చాడు కదా బాడీలో.
బాడీ. ఓ ఓకే ఓకే.
బాడీ.
దిస్ వన్.
యా.
See, actually it's getting the style, but some problem. Just a second. Okay, it's a frame issue here. Just wait, I'll change it. Span. Only to the paragraphs it is going to apply that. I'll use the div. No, actually that should work. For div it's working. Did you see that? Any other block element we have? ul, li. Yeah, it's working. Actually b is an inline element, right? Whereas p, div, li, these are the block elements. Only to the block elements it is getting the first letter. So the pseudo class, it seems like it is going to be applied only to the block elements. But it's not like that exactly. Okay, anyways, pseudo selection. Okay, no problem. So today I got a new point actually. So this is only suitable for block elements. Okay, so these are all the block elements: paragraphs, divs, list items. Okay, then so I'll discuss about the after and before tomorrow. I'll show with the divs, set of divs by making a row and columns. Then I'll speak about the before and after. And selection is very easy. Like when you select the content, so by default the content will be when you select the content, it will appear background color as blue, the text color as white. But here, did you see some websites, if you select the content in some website, the selection color, everything is going to be different. See, that will be done with the selection. So this is the Chrome. Don't think that the selection will work for all the browsers. This is only for the Chrome. Even Edge will also, Edge browser also. When you're working, if you'd like to make it work in the Mozilla, you have to use the prefix as -Mozilla. This is browser compatibility prefixes. Okay, so browser compatibility prefixes will be done like this: -moz for Mozilla, -webkit- for Chrome. Okay, -ie, sorry, ms for Microsoft. I mean for Internet Explorer. Okay, so browser prefixes are here. Anyways, we'll speak about the browser prefixes, browser compatibility things, and also the before and after tomorrow. Okay, and tomorrow I'll speak about some transformations, little bit animations, but not in the wide range. Okay, and I'll speak about the gradient, transforms, and I'll give the introduction of responsive designing also tomorrow. Responsive designing, it's very easy. See, we are not going to learn new properties here. Same properties in different schemes. How you can apply the media queries. What is the maximum width, maximum height of a screen? So based on the width of the available width of the screen, you can choose a specific color blocks. Okay, I mean the styling blocks. Okay, so let us discuss about that tomorrow. We'll start the same class at the same time tomorrow also. So any doubts?